You know, we just saw a banger on this map right here on Recharge Oddball, and we're seeing it first again here. I'm excited to see it going. It's one of those match modes you love to start out on because of how much time it takes, and it gives you a chance to warm up. What are your thoughts, Kish?
Yeah, hopping right into this match one. Derpy Squid on this POV. Now, we've seen these two teams match up against each other in the past, and Oklahoma made some relatively quick work in a 3-0 fashion. And really, we're just looking to see what there is. Oh, man. You know, if I'm Derpy Squid, that is so unfortunate. So many shots either not registering or just not landing the way you want them to. But Oklahoma capitalized off of all of this. This is ball. We need to play this ball not just for slays. And it looks like Halo Top 7 missing that slide just by a little bit. But Oklahoma gets possession of this ball for a little bit in the hands of Dave, your favorite, Prisma.
Yeah, I feel like all season, Prisma has been the guy for Oklahoma, kind of doing it all, not afraid to get his hands dirty with the objective, but also being one of the top slayers in the College Halo League, certainly leading the Sooners in that category. And it seems like a really strong showing from the team captain with another stick onto Rocco Rockstar at the moment. And this is looking like a good hold from the side of OU, finally remembering that they are playing ball and that there is the objective to score. And Prisma kind of being all over the place, starting out a hot 4-1 for the side of Oklahoma. And I think this is going to be a really strong hold here.
Yeah, absolutely it will be a really strong hold. You know, you see some players towards white, you see Confused Squid trying to press through the red side of the map there, but Sparkle Spark getting a little bit caught off guard. We have a slightly different name. I'll probably be on that in just a second. Sorry about that. But Butler finally getting some points on the board here. And it looks like just over a minute and a half white, or just under a minute and a half white time here. And you know, time is ticking in their favor. There is a lot of damage on the map, and goes down Kayla Nova.
Yeah, and if you're on the side of Butler, you kind of got to play a little bit more together, get these team pushes going. You know, this is oddball, so you do have a little bit of grace here when it comes to, you know, the timeliness of getting warm on the map. But you can't wait too long because this lead is only going to grow for Oklahoma as they get this ball. Looks like Pride did not get stuck there. It gets a lot of damage on the map. Good old-fashioned Halo Infinite with the melee whiffing onto Tricolor, but looks like Camo was might have been burned, so I'm not too sure what's going on. No, Camo is bottom white. Does get burned now after Halo Top takes a sticky to the face.
Yeah, Rocco Rockstar over here in the gold pipes. Just trying to get a little positioning, maybe a power weapon here. Ends up picking up the shock. Into the gold pipes. Gets the kill onto Sparkle Spark there. Killanova with a nice stick onto Halo Top there. If you're a Sooner fan like me, that's not something you really want to see, but you know, if you're Butler, this is exactly what you want to see. So many plasma grenades on the map here. Halo Top 7 gets taken down finally, and Confused Squid, we've seen this one before in the corner, and some might even call this the Confused Corner.
I see what you did there, Kish, but a lot of Uto use out of both teams, a lot of nades being thrown, a lot of damage, and a lot of kills with the shock, and Priz with a triple kill here, looking for the over. Don't think he has enough time to get it. He does get it! Is he gonna go for the kill tag? Oh, he's whipping. Hit the A-Labs. Come on, Priz. NT Priz. But a huge overkill out of the side of this, but kind of giving OU more room to breathe here in this oddball. 2-1 dead. Halo Top getting on a fight with Derpy Squid here. Oh, has to reload his bandit, but Sparkles is there to help clean it up and help OU continue this hold onto the ball here in this round number 1.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Prisma one more time. You know, this team just lost an absolute ruler yesterday. Went to 5 maps, so they're out for blood. They want to prove that Oklahoma is what everybody knows Oklahoma as in both, you know, your traditional sports and in Halo Infinite. And these guys are back. Prisma is showing up just in prime form here. A lot of damage on the map, but Halo Nova just playing around this pillar lot of health. Health comes back, and a lot of ball time, too. Halo top 7 just unable to land these shots the way he wants them to.
Enemy has the ball.
Melees, but here comes a push.
Yeah, really interesting play out of, OU kind of letting Kayla Nova just sit there in A with the ball while the rest of Butler was at the respawn screen. So very interesting play out of the side of OU. Maybe a bit of bad positioning out of them, but they are going to get another hold here to the bottom A. And Priz going with the chow, kind of knowing he has the hot hand, going for a little bit of an aggressive challenge there. Him and Sparkles leading the lobby overall with 11 and 14 kills. Derpy also in that conversation with 11 kills as well. But looking like a good rotation here from the side of OU. So it's has to be almost perfect Halo from the side of Butler to get back into this game and take this round with 10 seconds being needed for the victory on the side of OU.
Yeah, very good patience at a Halo top there, not taking discipline, I should say, not taking that one to the death, just knowing his limits in that fight. Prisma dropping his tactical weapons there for a second, but 6 seconds remain in this round 1 for Oklahoma to get this win. But Butler has a really close matchup here. Last time they faced it wasn't necessarily this close, so shout out to Butler because this really shows how much they've improved throughout the season so far.
Yeah, 100%. We saw them take a rough loss yesterday against SMU, and they looked a lot more confident on the map today, a lot more team pushes, kind of being on the same page. So it's a really big turnaround from yesterday into today. And I'm not too sure what is going on the side of OU, kind of playing a little bit staggered, not really playing together. Only need 4 more seconds from the side of OU. Only need 1 more with the ball on those key steps. And it looks like they're going to be able to get it here, that triple stack area. And I mean, if you're on the side of OU, you like winning the round, but you also got to realize it was kind of ugly from the side of OU. Not really a lot of good team pushes, not really a lot of team slays, and most importantly, kind of letting the ball sit in white side for a little too long when you have positioning. But if you're on the side of Butler, you're gonna take those mistakes and you're gonna try to exploit them this round and make sure that you're gonna a little bit more ball time to try to take this round off of them here in this round number 2.
Yeah, if I'm on Team Butler, which obviously I'm assuming for anybody who doesn't know and hasn't found out already, if I'm on the Butler side, I'm trying to get a little bit more team fights in and team shots in. I think the thing that they're lacking ever so slightly, they have it once in a while, but the one thing I'm seeing consistently not happen is them putting themselves in situations where they have numbers advantage, whether they're, instead of taking a 1v1, they're fighting things with a teammate, or they're creating pinches where shots are coming in from different angles on different players that are essentially guaranteeing kills. And I think if Butler's able to figure that out, that's great. What else is great is that shot on that grenade by Prisma getting a lot of damage in. That is just some good raw aim right there. No aim assist onto those.
I mean, it's like the saying all year, who else but Priz? I mean, I think we got to get quickly on that to get a shirt going for Prisma over here. But it's
Quickly gonna make at this point.
I mean, I think they just drop a whole line at this point. There's a lot of stuff they got to make. They got to make, a Ben Fish shirt part 2. They got to.
There's a litter box shirt that needs to be made.
A litter box shirt that needs to be made. A Tiger Man shirt. Who else but Priz? I mean, there's a lot of content out there for the Quick League boys to make T-shirts and sell a whole line. Pretty sure they do some numbers. But if you're on the side of Oklahoma, finally getting a solid win here on this round for 2, and good double chow out of Halo Top and Sparkles Fart, kind of taking the player out and see a little bit of a lurker. And who else but Prisma being a menace in the red pipes right now, kind of making it look like the red wedding with all the bodies he's laying out there. So it's another good hold out of the side of OU, bringing up the advantage to 37 points. So if you can take a little bit of breather if you're OU, but if you're inside of Butler, you kind of want to get going here. You can't really allow them to get another huge lead because they have been playing pretty well and staggering your pushes as they are doing right now.
Up, and it looks like Oklahoma is going to get a grab on that, but a quick Prisma. Yep, Camo was in fact first. Straight's coming up. If you're Oklahoma, you wanted that camouflage, but at the end of the day, if it's not in the enemy's hands, that's a plus for
Enemy
you.
halfway to victory.
Oklahoma
Ball
more
dropped.
than halfway
Ball out
through
of
the
bounds.
win in round
Ball
number 2. Play
incoming.
the ball here. Gets down. Derpy Squid seems
Enemy
to
has
on
the ball.
triple stack.
Ball dropped.
Melee in the air out of Prisma, but inevitably gets that kill. Could have gained some health back here, and also kind of in the neutral
Enemy has the
area.
ball. Ball
Just trying
dropped.
to pick it up and
Enemy has the ball.
play of the
Ball
Sooners,
dropped.
who are flooding gold pipes. And, oh, the trade comes in. Not what you wanted for Sparkles, but you know, if you're Butler, that's more than you could ask for in that.
Yeah, you know, you get the trades, you get a little bit of ball control. We are getting word that Pat is having a hard time hearing you, Mr. Kish. So let's focus on that, Mr. Boomer Sooner. So if you're on the side of OU, you're getting another good hold here. On the side of Red, getting another trade. I like the fact that they're holding hands here inside of this Red, not really allowing the pick to be made from the side of Butler. And it's a 70-4 lead at the moment, with the lead only extending as Sparklefarts is defending the ball here. Getting a pick onto Confused Squid. He does get the pick, and it looks like there's going to be another pick from Derpy Squid, but Sparkle immediately trades him out. Tricolor gets another pick, and it's looking like a 2v1 on the map, with Kayla Nova being the last one with the ball, but Butler does spawn close to them in that back blue area. Tricolor kind of playing, kind of doing a little bit of moonwalking, a little hesitation there, and Butler is going to be able to get ball control here in the back blue area, hopefully trying to get back into this game here.
Ball out of bounds.
Yeah, a little bit of moonwalking or crip walking, if you will, there. Kind of had the read on the players back blue, but ball gets played here. And the Sooners are still up by over 50 points in this round here. You know, it looks like a huge deficit, but, you know, last round, Butler had a lot of good points, and it just takes one really solid hold for the Tides to turn in this match. But Oklahoma does not want that to happen. Camouflage is up, and it looks like they might just have a slightly better position for it. Halo Top goes down in that fight, but who else but Prez with the camouflage here? Oh no. Oh no.
Might be trolling a little bit. Does
Oh
pick
no.
on to Rocco Rockstar.
Oh no.
And
Oh no.
only needing to
Oh no.
to 21
Oh
to
no.
solidify the victory into this map 1. And with 3 dead, OU, we got to go for the ball here. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, there's 3 dead on Butler, and we are just ignoring the ball. Like, this is, you know, as a
I could
caster
tell you
and as a
exactly
former-
what's happening.
As a caster and as a former player, that kind of makes me a little bit mad, because at this point, you just kind of want to play the game, get it done in a good fashion, and, you know, get back to the drawing boards, because playoffs are right around the corner. But looks like OU is going to be able to clean up this map number 1 and take this victory. And I just want to point out 2 30 bombs on the side of OU, with Sparkles and who else but Priz both dropping 30 kills right there. And
You know, you have the power weapons like Rocks and Snipe that are like a one-shot, one kill in some scenarios, but this map specifically kind of exposes all the teams that don't have the raw skill needed in a lot of these different scenarios. But jumping right in on the POV of Kayla Nova.
yeah, and I mean, I feel like we're missing Rev here with this Game 2 Street Slayer, so, you know, it's going to be very interesting to watch a Game 2 Street Slayer without Rev, but I know somewhere in the... somewhere he is watching, but, you know, a huge 2-piece on the side of Butler to kind of take the lead, but it is tied up 2-2 here, and I feel like this might be a mixy map, as we saw. You know, the recharge wasn't as mixy, but that is a map with a lot of corners and a little bit bigger, and a little bit of a lot of crevices and space to kind of hide in. But who else but Prisma picking up
Who
the
else?
table here? I mean, he is 3-1 to start off this map, so I'm not surprised, because who else but Priz?
Yeah, shout out to the Halo 3 rats running around in tires. Edder's got his graphic settings jacked up to the max there. But speaking of rats, we're going to see a rat with camouflage coming out of the woodworks here. Getting a smack onto Rocco Rockstar, and 4 go down for the Butler Bulldogs. You need something to go right for you here in this next team fight. And who else but Priz to make that not happen? Spots the player behind him on Cafe. Lets his teammate get that kill. You know, he's not kill hungry. He's just hungry to win a game. Finally, man, Prisma doing all the damage in the world, and it is paying off for his team. 13-5 lead for the Oklahoma Sooners early in this game. What do you have to do if you're Butler to get yourself back in this game, Dave?
I feel like if you're Butler, you just have to play picks and you have to, win these team fights because there's 3 of you running together, but you're looking the wrong way. So I think there might be a miscommunication in these comms and kind of not really pick it out. But Try takes a sticky to the body again. He has been a sticky magnet all series long so far, taking one to the face and taking one to the chest at the moment. So I think if you're Butler, you kind of got to clear those comms up, make sure that you're picking up places that are not being seen. And Derpy in the middle of 3, and 3 go down for the side of Butler. All 4 go down for the side of Butler. And I mean, at the moment, it's not looking too good for the side of Butler as they are lacking in the assist department, which means they're not really looking at things together and they're not really playing together. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from this severe deficit of 20-8.
Yeah, speaking of assists, if you look at the assist margin yesterday, a lot of those matches that Oklahoma lost, they were lacking in that assist department. So one thing you want to work on if you're Oklahoma to get back up to par with teams like SNU and other teams of that nature that might be in contention for the Osiris League at the end of this is you got to start working together a little bit more and getting those assists down. We still have a week of tiebreakers that are coming up and I might be a little biased here, but Oklahoma might be in that conversation for a tiebreaker in getting themselves into the Osiris League.
I mean, I feel like we just got to wait to crunch the numbers at the end of this week, but I feel like Oklahoma might make the threshold of not needing to be in a tiebreaker. And a little bit of ring around I don't even know what I was going to say. I totally forgot what that saying is. Ring around
the rosy, yes.
Oh I am old.
Triple kill.
A triple kill. And kind of showing my age, I just completely forgot a childhood game. I mean, I feel bad for myself. The Tricolor is on a heater at the moment, just putting down Danny on the map, kind of making his presence known. And I know I'm going to catch some strays in the chat for that one, but we're going to hop on board with Dirty Squid, who gets behind Tri, kind of shut him down, kill his hot streak, and it's a 20-kill lead for the side of OU. So I'm very interested to see if Butler can come back from this, as both Tricolor and Priz are going absolutely nuts right now. I mean, who else but... I mean, we got to make up a saying for Tricolor now, because he's just everywhere at the moment. We got who else but Priz, but what about Tricolor? We gotta hit the drawing
triple
board
threat. I don't know. This guy is realistically, he is a triple threat. He'll slay when you need him to, leading the Oklahoma Sooners in 13 kills on his side. But if he's not leading in slays, he's got the damage on the map to get the assist, and he's got the objective for his team. Try the triple threat. That's what I'm saying from here on out. Quigley, another shirt for you. But let's talk about...
Quigley's got a lot of work on their plate right now.
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk about Butler here for a second. You are down a significant margin. What are you saying to your team to at least keep the morale up if you're Butler?
I mean, you just, take this map with a little bit of salt on the wound, and you kind of, sweep it under the rug, and you wait until after the series to sort of address it. But the things you really got to focus is on, guys. We gotta chow together. We gotta make sure we're calm, the things that we need to calm, and kind of just reset after this one, because you still have another objective map to play. So I feel like a nice reset is going to be what's needed for Butler, as if this map does end the way it looks like it's going to, and it's a nice steak dinner for the side of OU. So if you're Butler, I think you just sweep this one under a rug for the moment.
And jumping into this map in the hands of Rocco Rockstar, we're going to see them kind of play around on tower side, see what they can do to try to get maybe some power weapon control, maybe some control of the map. Oh, not really what I expected to see when the sniper lands right on the body there, and Rocco Rockstar goes down with the sniper as well. Camouflage is up, and do I even need to say it? Do I even need to say it? There it is. The first camouflage of the map goes into the hands of who else? And the Oklahoma Sooners are currently up 18-zip on this map. Early, however, it still means something.
Yeah, and I feel like Strongholds, like any lead is a good lead, you know, especially on a map like Live Fire. Strongholds, because of how fast the tides can turn. You know, you get one triple cap, and you're basically tied up, and the lead is gonna switch. But that was a good snipe right there, absolutely taking a face clean off. And it looks like Oklahoma's gonna hold on to this lead here and cause them to spawn dummies. But Sparkles, you gotta reset your aim right there. You can't just drag scope. It's not.
We gotta talk about that ADS sense for a second.
Yeah, I do gotta point it out. I'm sorry, you're catching strays, but you know, hopping onto the Derpy Squid here, trying to pick up who else but Priz top mid. Seems like he's not able to. Looks like Oklahoma is still able to hold on to this lead by just flipping the T and A flags, and another big pick by the side of OU, and it seems like they're just running at them at the moment. I feel like they know their guns are a little hot, and you know they're kind of riding the momentum for the last two maps, and kind of just having their way at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, OU is trying to stick to the tried and true double cap. They're not really looking to intentionally get a triple cap, but you know, for a short moment, Oklahoma had at least possession of all three hills. But as we see here, there is a fight top mid, and Tricolor Whale unable to secure that kill in that 1v1. But A being converted, will this be Butler's first points? The answer is yes, but at what cost?
I mean, if you're on the side of Butler, I mean, any points is a good point. You don't want to, you know, walk out of this match without getting a single point on Strongholds, as that can be extremely deflating for your team morale heading into the late half of the season. But a killing spree out of Halo Top, and is able to pick up that camo. We have seen Halo Top be a little bit of a menace on the map at the last two maps at least, and him having camo, but OU is getting triple capped at the moment, and it's not scoring any points. So this is a very interesting play out of the side of OU. Looks like he's going to play for the snipe to give it to Halo Top with that camo snipe combo, which can be extremely deadly, as we saw from our previous match. So OU kind of letting the time tick away and letting Butler get back into this map. And it looks like another triple cap is incoming for the side of Butler, having all 3 points. So not sure what OU is planning to do to kind of get back into this. Halo Top gets to pick onto Kalanova. So looks like they're going to get a hold here with A and B, and camo is out, but that snipe is almost fully loaded. So a big, you know, exclamation point on the map, and kind of a big yellow flag for the side of Butler to be aware of that.
Ooh, what an interesting repulse there. It got both, you know, Halo Top to the position he wanted it to be, and it kind of pushed that player back and gave Halo Top the information that he needed of where the player is, and just to take that chow. So honestly, kudos to that play.
Yeah, interesting use of the repulse there out of the side of Halo Top. That's some unconventional plays out of him with that repulse. So it's very interesting to see how watching different players and seeing their play styles. It's you kind of learn a thing or two. But looks like another hold might be coming out for the side of Butler. Looks like it may not, as Kalanova is overran by 3 of the OU players. The snipe is gone. Sparkle Fart, you can stop looking for it. But looks like Halo Top is going to try to fight 3 players on the Butler side. I think Priz was with them too. Who else but Priz? But looks like Butler is trying to take some space here with the 2 dead here. Looks like they're going to get backed away from those A spawners, and Confused Squid might accidentally run into that jail spot where they're spawning. But looks like Confused is going to have a flank here, but hops on A instead. Interesting choice, as Priz does get the kill top tower. Who else? Who else? Priz just butchered the name, bro, but still being a nuisance in the back of the map.
Yeah, it looks like, honestly, a little bit of scrappy Halo on both sides. You know, Prisma, he's in an MMA fight right now. He gets 2 down there just by fist itself, and he's going to go ahead and chow the spawners and everything. You know, he's hungry to get this match over with, you know, after that you know, 5-map loss that they had yesterday. You know, they're looking for some dopamine, and him getting in fights is exactly what he wants here. Points still going, well, neutral points right now, as Butler tries to convert C into their possession. It looks like that will happen. No points are converted still, but Butler getting the B sides. I say hesitantly. Yes, it comes in, and Butler scoring once again. Man, this is every time Butler looks like they're about to start scoring, it's like seconds before they get that point. And OU just is able to collapse and put a stop to what they hope might be a chance to start some momentum in this match. So great job by the Oklahoma Sooners. And you know what? Since we haven't run this joke dry enough yet, who else but Prisma with the sniper rifle in hands? He's going to try to get some dopamine here with this sniper rifle going onto A. Knows where one of the players are at least. So he's going to convert this A site with the sniper rifle. Potentially gonna... Oh, yeah, he's finding himself over onto C to help his team out here and stop this conversion. And a triple cap, finally, for my Oklahoma Sooners.
I mean, from the way Halo Top and Priz are playing, it looks like they just want to leave the facility, go grab some Buckies, and head back to the dorms because it looks like they're trying to get out of here at this point. And hopefully they get some fresh brisket on the board when they get there because they're absolutely putting on a clinic this series with the way they are playing, just being able to kind of read each other's movements and kind of pick each other, you know, like almost pick their brains a little bit. You know, maybe it's in the comms, maybe subconsciously, but OU will take the map and take the series in a dominant fashion, bouncing back from that huge Game 5 loss to SMU yesterday.